Hey, what is up everybody? Ray here, coming at you with a little bit of a Final Fantasy XVI video. I know some of you asked me what I kind of thought was going on with Final Fantasy XVI's plot, the story. So I'm going to give it to you. But before I get into that, I want to do a shout out for today's Patreon, Superstar, Rockstar, video sponsor. My brother from another mother, Nelson McCullough. Nelson, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for all the great support, and even when I wasn't making videos, you were still there for me, supporting me and checking in on me and everything. So shout out to you, brother. We're going to do that in all my videos from now on. All Patreon supporters and stuff like that, YouTube members, we're going to shout you out real quick. So something I want to start doing and something I'm going to start doing. So to the video, the reason why you're here. Okay, so last week Square Enix released on us, just dropped a bomb of information on Final Fantasy XVI, and I think we are all very excited. Those of us who weren't super hyped before are now. Like, the world is excited for this game now, and it's serious GOTY vibes, right? Like, you all know I was like deep into RE4 Remake. I still am. That game is amazing. Right now, with no other games coming out this year, that is the game of the year, easily. 16, Final Fantasy 16, I believe will be the one to dethrone it. They're the only thing this year that can dethrone that game. So, the story looks amazing. Like, just looking at some of the names attached to this game, it's phenomenal. But one name in particular that I want you all to think about is Kazutoya Maehiro. Now, I say that because he's been on a lot of planning teams for Square Enix. He is one of their writers, one of their go-to guys for high fantasy. Just looking at some of the games he has either planned on or written the main scenario or even directed on. Final Fantasy Tactics, Vagrant Story, Tactics Advance, Final Fantasy XII, Last Remnant. Those games right there, excellent. Excellent lore, twists and turns in the story, a lot of political intrigue, a lot of religious intrigue. This is the guy writing this game. Like, Yoshi P's producing, he's producer, he's overseeing everything. This is the dude writing the game. This is going to be a tragic game. I don't think it's going to be a good ending. So, on its surface, it looks like it's just a revenge story, right? What's Clive getting revenge on? We don't know. Is he after Joshua? Is Joshua still out there somewhere? Because we see Ifrit fighting Phoenix, right? So is he after Joshua? Is Joshua still out there? Is something else going on? Did somebody manipulate that? That we don't know. But I will tell you that Clive, I don't feel like, is going to wind up where we all think he's going to wind up. Either dying in the end, a hero's death, or he's going to ride off into the sunset happily ever after. Those things could happen. I would love to see Clive get a satisfying ending where he lives, but that's boring, right? This is Final Fantasy here. So, and this game looks like it's getting back to Final Fantasy. Let me pick your brain with this, okay? So they're getting into all these Aeons, not Aeons, I'm sorry, I'm thinking Final Fantasy X. We're getting into all these icons, right? Icons. Summons. It's the summons. Let's, for namesake, let's just call them all summons. But they're icons, right? And they're going after the dominance. And I think Clive is going to be a little bit unhinged. He's going to be a little bit of a loose cannon. And I say that because there's a line that forgive me for not knowing all the characters' names right now, like a lot of you do. Kudos to you all for doing your homework on that. I don't know all their names yet, but the squad leader that he's running with in his mid-20s, the guy that I think sounds like Ewan McGregor, he says, we're after Shiva's dominant, and only Shiva's dominant. Like, he says it to Clive, like, look, we're only after this. Like, he's a loose cannon. Like, he's got to keep his eyes on this guy. Like, he can't focus. And he's called Wyvern in this squad. He says, I need you to focus. You know, he keeps telling him, you got to focus. You got to get this job done. So he's a bit of a loose cannon. What does that tie in with? What does that tie in with, right? chaotic. He's chaotic. He seems to be an element of chaos in the story. I think you know where I'm going, but ride with me for a second, okay? Ride with me for a second. So we know Titan gets taken down. Bahamut gets taken down. Rama's probably going to get taken down. All these icons are going to get taken down at some point. And we know that Clive takes on their abilities. So what if he is some kind of like... And I know we just went through this with Stranger of Paradise and Jack, whatever his name is, you know. But whatever. I was not a Stranger of Paradise fan, so I'm not considering that canon. What if they go down the road where Clive is like some embodiment of chaos? Not chaos itself, but he's like the Joker. Like I'm an agent of chaos, you know. What if they do something like that with him? So I tell you that to propose this. What if my hero and Yoshi P pull off a master stroke and Clive becomes the villain and the villain wins at the end of the story? What if it is a tragic ending with the villain being Clive winning? He becomes the villain throughout the story. The classic Fallen Knight story. You know Square Enix loves their Fallen Knight stories. Balthier, not Balthier, but Bosch, Sephiroth. Then you can go on and on and on with the names, but you could do a classic Fallen Knight story with this. I think, in my heart of hearts, do I know? No, obviously I don't know. But just based on what I have seen with the game, the tone of the characters, past Square Enix games where they deal with elements of revenge and getting back at somebody for something, it never goes good for them, you know, and a lot of people, they fall off that cliff of despair and madness when it comes to the spiraling cycle of revenge. What if they are masterful enough to pull off a story where your main character the whole time is becoming the villain? Well, they Lords of Shadow this thing, right? Now, it'll be better than Lords of Shadow, but what if they Lords of Shadow this thing? You're Gabriel, then all of a sudden, boom, you're Dracula. Boom. What if they do that with Clive? And it's high fantasy. What if Final Fantasy XVI... Well, that's a video for another day. I'm about to get off on a tangent. I'm trying to reel this in. But post your thoughts. Post your comments there. Let me know what you think about this idea. Is it too crazy? Is it too out there? That's why I'm here, baby. That's why I'm here. That's why you all come here. I give you what's possibly too crazy and too outlandish to think about, and I let you chew on it. And maybe in some way, some morsel, this comes to be. I'm going to leave it at that for the night. Thank you all so much for coming in. My first theory video, speculation video in a long time. Many, many more to come. Trust me. Ray's back. Ray's back, baby. He's healthy. He's not unhealthy anymore. Thank all of you all who checked on me while I was down and out, in the hospital, all this other kind of stuff. I appreciate the hell out of you all. I got my ride or dies out there. I've got the family, you know, and a lot of you casuals have just come by. A lot of you casuals said, hey, how's it going? I hope everything's okay. I appreciate all of you all. And until next time, which will be tomorrow night, I'm going to try to get y'all nightly videos now. What? Yeah, I'm back. I'm going to try to get you all nightly videos. But anyway, I wanted you all to think about this one for a little bit, chew on this for a little bit, hit me in the comments, hit me on Twitter. All my stuff's right here in the, I don't know how to do this anymore. There. Right there. All my stuff's right here. Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of good stuff. Hit me up. And I might be going back to Twitch for streaming. YouTube streaming, it does that weird 720 crap out thing. I don't know if I want to do that anymore. But anyway, y'all have a great night. Be safe, be good to each other. Keep rocking. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care. I want to say a quick thank you to my YouTube and Patreon members and supporters. If you would like to support the future creation of content on this channel, get some few extra perks and some art sent to your door every month, consider becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. Details and links are in the video description.